One of the characters in Milton Murayama's novel is considered blank because he deliberately defies an oppressive hierarchical society. So we need to think about what word, if you would be considered blank, if you're deliberately defying an oppressive hierarchical society. So let's think about it. So the first choice is rebellious. Well, this seems pretty good. Rebellious, if you're rebellious, that means that you're rebelling against something, that you tend to rebel. To rebel means that you're kind of fighting the power. You are rising up against the man. You are deliberately defying an oppressive hierarchical society. So this seems to be a pretty good fit. One of the characters in Milton Murayama's novel is considered rebellious because he rebels against an oppressive hierarchical society. He deliberately defies an oppressive hierarchical society. You could literally replace the word replace the word defies with the word rebel, and it would make complete sense because he deliberately rebels against, I guess I should say, rebels against an oppressive hierarchical society. So someone who defies or rebels against, well, they're rebellious. But we could look at these other choices to just make sure that they don't also fit in some way. So here they're saying, so choice B would be one of the characters in Milton Murayama's novel is considered impulsive. Well, impulsive just means that you kind of, you don't think before you act, you kind of just do something. You could be impulsive in a lot of different ways. It could be in some ways rebelling, but it could be impulsive, just not acting before you're thinking. So this doesn't seem as close to deliberately defying an oppressive hierarchical society. Artistic, well, that doesn't really, that's not even deliberately defying an oppressive hierarchical society. Sometimes artists have done things like that, but rebelling or being rebellious is much closer to this than just being artistic. You could be artistic and not have nothing to do with defying an oppressive hierarchical society. You just want to kind of go into a field and work on your art. Industrious. Well, industrious means you're kind of you're always busy doing things. You're productive. You're working hard, and someone who's rebellious might be industrious in their rebellion, but it doesn't mean that you're deliberately defying an oppressive hierarchical society. So, if anything, you could be very industrious being part of the oppressive hierarchical society. You're busy in oppressing people. So we'll rule that out. And then it's considered tyrannical because he deliberately defies an oppressive hierarchical society. So tyrannical, you see the kind of the root of tyrant right over there. So that's really you're being like a tyrant. And so someone who's rebelling against or who's defying an oppressive hierarchical society, that's kind of the opposite of a tyrant. A tyrant is someone who would kind of run the oppressive hierarchical society. So I would rule that one out as well, so you can feel even better. But if I was doing this under time pressure, I got to rebellious, that feels right. You're rebelling against the hierarchical society. I would just go with that and move on. And if you have some extra time, you could come back and review these other choices.